Hello everyone, welcome to Rina Cares Collections YouTube channel. So in today's video we will be learning how to make this beautiful Kente beading, but this beading will be in two sections, so stay tuned. So first and foremost, these were some of the materials I used, like the glass beads, like these sequin shaped. Yep. And I also used the sequins. Pretty much the sequin comes in so many different shapes and sizes. This is also sequin, depending on which one you have available, then you use it. And this was actually a seed bead, but it was a blue seed bead, as you can see here, and not forgetting my fishing wire. So I also use a fishing wire in this beading. So here in this section, you actually pick your sequins. As you can see, you pick your seed bead, okay, and then you pass through the sequins. You try not to pass through the seed bead or else it will get removed. Just pass through the sequins. As you can see here, you clear your seed bead from the sequin and then you pass the thread through the sequin so that it would have this firm standing and it wouldn't actually come out. So it is always best for you to actually pass through the sequins to be able to secure it permanently, okay? So that is what you can see me doing. I was actually passing through the sequin and not the seed bead, okay? So here in this section, that is what you can see me do. I made it extremely slow so that you could see it and capture it well. Yes. But yeah, did you get it? Yes. So you actually pass through the hole in the sequin, not the seed bead. You pass through the hole in the sequin and not the seed bead. So you pick your sequins, you pick your seed bead, and then you pass through the hole in the sequin. Okay, so that is what you can see here. You pass through the hole in the sequin. Yes, here in this section, basically that was what happened in all the red patterns. Okay, so all these red patterns was beaded like that. And as you can see, I was filling up the whole of the kente. Okay, so all the red sequins was actually done like that. And here is this section I was actually tying the beading. Okay, so the thread had finished and then I was tying the beading. And normally I do tie the beading on if it permits me to do that. I do enjoy tying it on so that I could basically have it in a firm way. When dresses or like when gowns or I corset and you actually close it using the seed bead, it one or the other affects the results, or the client gets quite, they just don't like the feeling. So it's best that you do this sealing on top, as you can see me doing. That is what I do here, and this is how it is looking like. You really can see that there has been a tie, so why not use this? So that is what I use basically. So here in this section, I was also continuing it with the red sequins. Okay, so I was passing my fishing wire through the thread. I was passing my fishing wire through the pin, and then as you can see, I was making sure I was moving from where I was to where I had left. I actually was left at the other section of the beading. You can see that the red strips or the red patterns are still, not all of them has been beaded. So here I was passing through the kente to reach where I wanted to start the beading, and that is how I went about the whole situation. As you can see, that is what I went in for. So I actually settled at one section, and then I started repeating the whole process all over again, picking my sequins, picking my sequins, picking my seed bead, and passing through my sequin. Okay, this is how it is done. Yes, you pick your sequin, you pick your seed bead, and then you pass through your sequin, not the seed bead. Okay, so that is the whole process that I went you here in this section. But hey, this video was extremely long, so I have divided this video into two. The other section will also be uploaded in a week time. Okay, so don't worry, there will be other videos uploaded in a week time regarding this whole beading. Okay, it entails a lot of detailing and techniques, so this was basically one of the first one. Yes, here in this section as well, I repeated the same format, but the only difference with this is the fact that it was in a different shade. It's still a sequence, but it was actually in a different shade, and then the pattern for the in the Kente was quite different than the red one, so it kind of makes it look quite different. But it was the same process that was also applied here in this section. So here in this section, this is how it was looking like. And yes, here in this section, okay, I used just the beads. I used just the seed beads. Okay, so I used my bead as pin. I counted it to a specific number. I wanted to make it in this uniform section. We don't necessarily have to use like a specific number, okay, but what is really important is the consistency in it. If you start with like maybe 5, you make sure that you actually use 5 seed beads throughout. If you want to use 10, you make sure you're using 10 seed beads throughout. So here in this video, you can see me actually counting them on the needle. Yes, it is very important. So here in this section, I was doing that. You know, you pick your I was actually using 8 seed beads, so you pick those 8 seed beads, and then you actually make sure that you pass through the Kente, and then you make sure that the inches between it are extremely small. You know, you make sure that the millimeters, like the distance between it, is extremely small so that it could be packed as how you want it to be packed. It shouldn't be that distance, or else there will be a lot of holes in it or spaces in it, and you don't necessarily want that to happen. So you will try your best to make sure that the inches that would be left will be extremely closer. Okay, so here in this section, you make sure that it is extremely closer, as you can see here, and then that is how it would happen. Okay, so you make sure you repeat the whole process all over again. You pass through your Kente, you pick up your 8 seed beads, you move a very limited inches or millimeters away from the last bead that you beaded on the Kente, and then you build up using that same formula, the same number, and the same process to go around it. Okay, so you pick your beads, as you can see. Okay, you basically make sure that you actually go to the opposite end, and then you move very few inches away from it, and then you pull it, and then it gets to follow the same pattern, and before you realize, you've basically had that effect that you've wanted. So this is basically how it is done, and this is how it is looking like at the end of the day. So it was the same process that I repeated throughout the whole beading of this section. Yes, you move few inches in front of the last bead that you did, and then you make sure that the number of beads you're using is as consistent as it's possible. Okay, so that it wouldn't be like some are smaller, some are bigger, some are longer, some are shorter. You just want it to be in a consistent flow as you want, as it has to be. Okay, so this is the whole process going through. But hey, there will be another video that would be uploaded on this channel as well regarding the same Kente beading. You know, this beading entails a lot of techniques, so I actually divided this beading tutorials into two. I will be uploading the other video in the shortest possible time. But hey, Reneke's Collection Fashion House, we are open to all your Kente and bridal needs. Okay, so actually send us a message on our WhatsApp link, which will be in the bio, or you send us a message on our Instagram handle. Yep, and we will be willing to reply all your messages and text that comes in. So at the end of the day, this was how the whole process got going. Like, yep. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more amazing videos like this every week. Okay, so that was it. That was how this one went on. This is how it was done, and we repeated it throughout, and this was how it was going on. Yes. I hope you're enjoying this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. So finally, this was how the beading was looking like at the end of the day. But yep, some of the tutorials will also be uploaded next week, so that you would be able to understand the whole process all over again. So this is how it was basically looking like at the end of the day. This was how the whole beading was looking like. So finally, this was how it was looking like. Thank you so much for watching till the end. XOXO.